All right. This is a public service announcement. I'm starting a new initiative, and I'm just going to be out the gate to let you know what it's called right here. Better Than Titties. All right. In November, there is a movement of men who have decided to learn how to develop the discipline of semen retention. Not giving in to lust, to porn, to masturbation, all of which are things that I don't know a man who hasn't struggled with these things. I struggled from the time I was an adolescent well into adulthood, married life, and it's something that we're not talking about, but it's killing us. It's literally killing us. And I'd like to suggest to you in Proverbs chapter 5, that there is a better way for us to walk in purpose, to embrace true masculinity, and to understand how to eliminate these distractions. In the movie The Matrix, there's that woman with the red dress who walks through the crowd and boom, she gets your attention. How often are you able to see the woman in the red dress coming? To know that temptation to watch and to see the tantalizing image and video, but to refuse. Do you have that discipline? If you do not, I want to help you build it. I want to help you build it. It's not going to happen in isolation. It's going to happen in a community where there's strategy, where there's support, where there's encouragement, where there's safe space. Gentlemen, let's be honest for a minute. We don't have safe space. We need to create some safe space, but most of us don't have it. You're engaging in pornography. You're engaging in masturbation. You oftentimes may engage in lesser degrees, videos of people shaking and gyrating this and that, and you're getting the hit of dopamine. You might get the orgasmic release, but then what? Then what? After you have the moment of, oh, this feels so good, most times you're left feeling empty, drained, lifeless. I'm here to say there's a better way. And there's a movement of men that have risen up. And this November, this No Nut November, where we have semen retention as a goal that can be accomplished, to avoid pornography, to eliminate masturbation, and redirect the sexual energy that we have into the accomplishment of our true purpose, to image the all-powerful God and creator of the universe. God, when he created man, he said, let us make man in our image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female, he created them. For this reason, the man will leave his father and mother, and the two will be one flesh. One flesh. If the image of God is this one flesh idea and I'm the enemy, what am I going to try to distort? What am I going to try to bring the heat? What am I going to try to really mess up more than anything else? It's going to be this area of sexuality, this two becoming one flesh. And there is, if we're honest, there's a new drug on the block. Pornography. It has robbed so many men that I know. It has robbed me of countless hours. It has robbed so much energy, so much vitality, so much discipline, so much focus. And what I learned is that we're only as sick as our secrets. As I began to share with those who've earned the right to know my struggles, to know my story, it's then that I began to get free. You got to turn the lights on for the roaches to scatter. Some of us are living in darkness, and you will continue to struggle as long as you're struggling alone. It's time for you, if you're ready for a real fulfilling life, it's time for you to understand that you have the capacity to rechannel this energy. Yes, these are strong urges that we have. Our sexuality is more than just horniness, though. At the core, we've got some root issues, some woundedness oftentimes that keeps us trapped in this vortex of pursuing these quick fix dopamine, serotonin hits of energy that it's really, yes, it feels good, but there's so much more. There's so much more. And I want to encourage you to this month embrace the more, life more abundantly. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And oftentimes after pornography, after masturbation, we're left feeling drained, feeling like someone has stolen, someone has drained us, someone has, and in actuality, they have. Delilah will literally suck the power of God out of you. We have creative power and ability, a life force. And when you learn how to steward that, man, there's nothing you can't do. There's all kinds of documentable evidence. There is a book that isn't even religious. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. In that book, there's a chapter called Sex Transmutation, where he talks about taking the sexual energy that you have and repurposing it, rechanneling it into something that you have been called to do, something that is your unique ability. And I want to encourage you. Hey, it's time to get free. It's time to get free. That's not going to happen in isolation. I'm starting this new initiative, and we're going to turn the light on. We're only as sick as our secrets. It's time for you to see that there's so much best. There's so much more. There's something that's better than titties. Yeah, so much better. It's called your true masculinity, your identity as an imager of the all-powerful God and creator of the universe. Understanding that you can eliminate your distractions. Understanding that you can relentlessly pursue that purpose. It's time. It is time for you, man of God, to rise up and to no longer be a slave to those base passions, but to understand that you have power over them. Paul said, I beat my body and I make it my slave. And I am going to coach men who are tired of being sick and tired of losing in this area of life. We're going to come with strategy. We're coming with community. We're coming with encouragement, inspiration, support. And I want you to know that it's not going to be free. This isn't something that's for tire kickers. This is for people who are ready for change. And what I know is you usually don't take something serious until you got some skin in the game. So we're going to have two tiers. A tier that's accessible for everybody. There's no way that you aren't going to be able to tap into this. I've got it at a super affordable level, but I'm also going to have an experience where you can provide, where we're going to provide some additional value in a group coaching setting and in some one-on-ones. Some of us need to unpack some stuff because we got a legitimate need that we're trying to meet in illegitimate ways, illegitimate means. Solomon says in Proverbs chapter 5, I wanted to get to this very briefly. He says, my son, pay attention to my wisdom, listen well to my words of insight, that you may maintain discretion and your lips may preserve knowledge. For the lips of an adulteress drip honey. Yeah, she knows exactly how to talk. That smooth talk, that smooth game. She knows how to slide into those DMs. She knows how to pop up on that screen. Her speech is smoother than oil, but in the end, she is bitter as gall. And we need to develop the discipline of delayed gratification. Everything that you really want in life is on the other side of you delaying gratification. Because if you are pursuing your pleasure now, then you're going to pay for it later. Solomon says this in verse 5 and 6. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead straight to the grave. She gives no thought to the way of life. Her paths are crooked, but she knows it not. Verse 7. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I say. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you give your best strength to others and your years to one who is cruel. Lest strangers feast on your wealth and your toil enrich another man's house. Okay? It's talking about your wealth. Your financial wealth is connected to your sexual discipline. You read it for yourself. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 10. At the end of your life, you will groan. Verse 11, when your flesh and body are spent. I know that feeling. Drained. Just like, oh man, why'd I do that? Them 8 to 10 seconds of, it's time. It's time for us to rise up. It's so much better. You will say in verse 12, how I hated discipline. How my heart spurned correction. I would not obey my teachers or listen to my instructors. I was in isolation. Here's what he says. Drink water from your own cistern, running water from your own well. Verse 16, should your springs overflow in the streets, your streams of water in the public squares, let them be yours alone, never to be shared with strangers. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. A loving though, a graceful dear, may her breasts satisfy you always. May you ever be captivated by her love. Ain't nothing wrong with breasts. Ain't nothing wrong with titties. Ain't nothing wrong with, these are things to be enjoyed in their proper time, in the proper way. If not, it'll ruin you, bro. Why be captivated, my son, by an adulteress? Why embrace the bosom of another man's wife? For a man's ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines all his past. The evil deeds of a wicked man ensnare him, and the cords of his sin hold him fast. He will die for lack of discipline, led astray by his own great folly. Somebody said to me, sin always leads to death. But wait, Adam and Eve didn't die the day that they eat thereof. They didn't die then. Well, if you look at it this way, a day with the Lord is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years like a day. Adam didn't even live to be a day. But in actuality, he started to die, like many of us. Walking corpse. Sin always leads to death. Many times it's just the death of God's best for us. I want better for you. It's time for you to get unstuck and to get healed from the brokenness, healed from the addiction, healed from the compulsive behaviors with actual people and with virtual people. Real men aren't just admiring and caressing the external form of a woman. They're learning how to steward this energy, how to discipline oneself so that they, when the time is right, can truly connect with the soul of a woman. This is how we're able to image the all-powerful God and creator of the universe. God wants you to be one flesh, but not just with every little floozy that pops up on a screen. That's having an impact on you. What profit, what have you gained from pornography? What have you gained from having sex with random people? What have you gained by masturbating? Isn't there something better in life? Yes, there is. It's avoiding distractions. It's understanding what true masculinity is. And it's relentlessly pursuing purpose. You don't have to do this alone. So I'm here to walk with you. Let's grow together. I want you to go with me on this journey. Please, if you desire to, contact me. You can email me, growthcoachd@gmail.com. And or just click the links in my bio to set up a one-on-one with me. I'd like to talk to you directly about where you are in your journey. I'd love to share more about my experience and how my victory can be shared by you, with you. And we can learn how there's a lot of things. As marvelous as these wonderful things are, there's so much more. So let's have you consider going on this journey with me, discovering how you can get something better than titties. I said it again. And maybe the middle schooler in me just can't help but to kind of want to chuckle. But yeah, there's something better. And we're going to get it. We're going to find it. We're going to pursue it together.